I'm Janet Connor, prayer artist, mystic witch, mistress of the thresholds, producer and director in the theater of the miraculous. And this is Hildemore, Hildemore of Weird, the astonishing, miraculous needle felt witch doll created by Polly Patton Brown. Oh, look at her smiling. She's so happy to welcome everyone to listening to Hildemore and I read to you last Sunday's Notes from the Field in 2022, the year we learned to listen to love. Well, in this 12th week of learning to listen to love, we are beginning to notice all the strange and delicious clues to our soul's many, many stories. Friends, soul writers, mystics, and lovers of prayer, does the word reincarnation scare you, creep you out a little, bore you to tears? It's not a word I like. I rarely, if ever, use it. I think because Christianity made it such a big, bad no, no, no. According to the dominant religion, you get one shot and you better not blow it or else. This one life, one shot idea is probably the number one lie we have been fed. Right along with, oh, woman is responsible for the fall and committing the first sin. These two horror stories are so interwoven they cannot be disentangled. It is essential and wildly freeing to realize they're lies. Lies created for a specific reason to control us. All Western patriarchal religions shove this one life, one shot lie down our throats. And I don't think the Eastern religions help much either, although they do acknowledge reincarnation. So, okay, that's a good thing. They make it something you're supposed to work really, really hard in this lifetime to avoid, because, of course, life on earth is hard and full of suffering. So why would you want to be here? Is this helpful? And guess what? If you don't achieve nirvana in this lifetime, if you don't free yourself from all those sticky attachments while you're here, then guess what? You're coming back. And your return will be burdened with the weight of all that not so good karma you have accumulated. You know, all those mistakes you made in this lifetime and in a gazillion, Lord only knows how many previous lifetimes. It all makes it necessary for you to return in a harder human life, or even a lesser life form, like, I don't know, how about an insect? Oh, thanks. Do you see why I never use the word karma? To me, now, if you like that word, it's all yours. Keep it and use it. But to me, it feels like just another word for judgment and sin. And sin is a lie. Judgment is a lie. Nobody is coming to judge the living and the dead. We are accumulating quite a list of lies here now, aren't we? You so agree with me, right? Yeah, they're all lies. One life, ha, it's a lie. One shot, ha, it's a lie. Original sin, yeah. Woman's fault, yeah. Big, big, big lie. The fall from the garden, a lie. God throwing you out, no. It's a lie. Karma, it's a lie. Judgment, it's a lie. Mind you, I grew up believing, absolutely believing all those lies. They were laid out for me and for anybody else Christian in no uncertain terms in a prayer we had to say every single day, the Apostles' Creed. If you were raised Christian, you know all the lies in the Apostles' Creed. Thankfully, all those lies just blew up in my face when I went through a very intense 40-day initiation into the sacred feminine that started on December 1st, 2014. In those 40 days and 40 nights, Sophia, the sacred feminine, she landed full force in my life and in my body and in a flash. She just cleared away. She cleared away all those lies I had been fed. Overnight, my life became holy, and my body that Christianity told me was so dirty and so sinful, It's a lie. My body, her body, was transformed, transmuted into the Holy of Holies. I watched in shock and surprise and awe as all those lies, 5,000 years of lies, began to circle the drain. This I wish I could give every single woman on earth and man, because those lies have ruined men's lives just as much. Along that moment, a long, sweet adventure to awaken to who I really am and who we all are began. This is an adventure that deepens every single day. And if karma is real, then you know what? I am just thrilled to carry this sweet, sweet song of the sacred feminine, the mother, the queen of the aeon, into the next lifetime and the next and the next and the next. But meanwhile, back at the ranch, I am here. And suddenly, you know what? I really do want to know about reincarnation. If there is no one life, if you and I have been here countless times before, wouldn't it be wise and great fun to get a sense for all those previous adventures? A few questions that are tickling me right now are, who have I been before? Where have I lived? Who have I loved? What have I explored? And what joys and sorrows have I carried? And really big ones for me as a prayer artist, how have I prayed? What was prayer like before patriarchy, all the patriarchal religions squeezed all the juice out of it? What truth do I carry at a bone and blood level about sacred, original, ecstatic prayer? You know all about that, don't you? Yeah, she's teaching me. And even bigger ones for me as a mystic witch. How many times have I been a witch? You know that too, don't you? How many times have I been a witch? What does it really mean to be a witch? And what magic did I know then and know now about the sacred calling of being a witch? Those are the questions that are stirring in me when you ponder for a moment the reality of reincarnation. What questions surface for you? Wouldn't you like to know a little bit about your past lives? The surprising news is you can, and guess what? It's not that hard. The clues are right there, right in front of your face. You just have to know where to look. And to help us know where to look, we have the guidance of the great magician of the dead. That's what I call her. She does not call herself the great magician of the dead, Perdita Finn. I have been so blessed to host Perdita Finn in 3 previous prayer intensives, each one more magical than the one before. The Way of the Rose, on the Ancient Goddess Rosary. Take Back the Magic, Take Back the Dead. I'm beginning to work with the dead, all those magnificent ancestors. And the 15 Mysteries of Joan of Arc. She brought Joan alive. Oh my goddess, in such a magnificent way. And now on Tuesday, March 22nd, now Hildemore and I are reading this to you on Friday, March 25th, but I'm still going to read it to you the way it says in the newsletter on Tuesday, March 22nd, while we are still under the mystical energy of the vernal equinox. Talk about a pregnant time. We will gather in the theater of the miraculous to begin Perdita's brand new, first time she has ever taught this, brand new adventure to find clues to the long story of our souls. So I've been meeting with Perdita to prepare. And thanks to her questions and stories and enticements, I'm just beginning to see a few clues in my own life. And with each discovery, I just fall more and more in love with my life, my sacred purpose, my holy work, and the precious members of the communities who gather in the theater of the miraculous to explore these mysteries with me. In other words, you. Here is a taste of just a few of the clues Perdita is going to help us recognize and interpret. Names. Your soul chose your name. Your mother might have told you otherwise, but guess what? Your soul chose your name, and woven into your name are clues to past lives, especially your middle name. There is also numeric wisdom woven into the letters of your names. It turns out gematria is not an ancient Greek and Hebrew art that's lost. Oh no, it's alive. Childhood. Think about this. What did you love to do as a kid? What were your favorite stories and myths and toys and fairy tales and books and obsessions? What did you want to be when you grew up? You might not have become that, but look back. If somebody asked you that question at 5, how did you answer? What did you want to be when you grew up? What magical powers did you know you had? All children have superpowers, right? What secrets did you keep from adults? What strange things did you or your children or your grandchildren say that prove? Children prove every day that they remember past lives. Patterns. What's the pattern? What's the recurring pattern in the addresses, in the cities, in the streets, all the places your feet have loved? What symbols or shapes or doodles keep showing up? Have you ever asked yourself why you always kept doodling a particular shape? There's a reason. What's the pattern in your birthday and other important dates or numbers? There's a pattern. Strange attractors. Why do you love the music you love, the foods, the art, the color? Why did you study what you studied? What compels you in the literature you love to read? Why do you love to travel to particular places and not others? Have you ever asked yourself that? Why do you meet someone and instantly feel an attraction or a repulsion? Why do you keep returning to a particular idea, a particular problem? Like me, prayer artist and mystic witch, I just adore these two concepts, and I will adore them and think about them and play with them for the rest of my life. Fears. Why does your body, even when your brain tells you, oh, there's no problem, dear, why does your body refuse to go somewhere or to be with someone? What irrational fears seem to surface out of nowhere? What irrational feelings of shame do you carry, no matter how many times you tell yourself that's silly? Mysteries. Why do you burst into tears hearing a song, reading a story, looking at a picture? Why do you feel compelled to do what makes no sense? What messages are you receiving that you don't understand and even try very hard to avoid? What are your dreams trying to tell you? What ideas and people drop out of the blue? Isn't that what we say? Oh, it happened out of the blue. No, it didn't. Here's a big question to ponder. If you knew you were coming back, how would your life change right now? What would you be doing to create a world you want to return to? These questions are just a wee tiny taste of the truly magical, mystical adventure Perdita is creating for us in the intensive she is calling the long story of our souls. This is an adventure that will sweep away any vestiges of fear you might have had about death and rebirth. Unafraid. We are now completely unafraid about death and rebirth. We opened on Tuesday, March 22nd. We're meeting for 4 Tuesdays at 7 o'clock Eastern. And on Wednesdays, we have a UK Europe watch party at 7 o'clock UK time, 8 p.m. Europe time. Although anybody anywhere in the world is welcome to join us. And then after 4 of these intense dives into the long story of our souls, we're all going to gather under a Libra full moon on Sunday, April 16th at 2 o'clock Eastern. That's a time that works for almost the entire world. So, do you have any final thoughts? Oh, yeah, a big one. It's not an accident that this is week 12. You know how I pay attention to those patterns. 12 in tarot is the Hanged Man. This is a card that people don't understand and think they don't want. But knowing the holy truth about death and rebirth really does invert absolutely everything patriarchy has told you. And the sacred feminine, my mother Sophia, Our Lady of the Thresholds, the Queen of the Aeon, she has a very long name, awakened me on December 26th of 2019 and dictated in the middle of the night. Talk about a hanged man experience. The replacement for the Apostles' Creed. It's called The Queen's Love, and I will read it in all of our gatherings. If that sounds like an adventure that is calling you, I want to know about the long story of my soul, then Hildemore and I invite you to join us. You can click on the link below. You can also click to subscribe to the newsletters. If you don't want to wait, like here we are, I'm very sorry. I've had an outrageously delicious week exploring, some deep, glorious information that the long story of my soul is bringing to me about a massive witch mystery school that I am in the process of creating. And that came first. And so here we are on Friday. She's a little annoyed with me. Here we are on Friday, finally reading you this newsletter. So if you want to get it in your inbox on Sunday when it comes out, you can subscribe. You can also click to visit my professional Facebook page and my entire website. Oh, it's so much fun. Isn't this fun? Yeah. Hildemore and I have the best time reading these to you, even when we're late. How many lives have you had? What a question.